Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play SimCity! Let's start building another city in practice, this time using the donut method. I figured I'd demonstrate different means of putting a city together in practice since it's relatively short and simple, although this one is quite a bit more complex than the first city that I built. Now, the reason why people use the donut method for building their cities is because you get maximum optimization out of your gifts that you put in the center of a donut. A donut is a square of 8 zones with a gift in the middle that doesn't have access to transportation, but gifts do not require that in order to provide their benefits. Basically, the idea is to arrange my map so that the center tile is sitting on at least one tile of 4x4 zones, so that way everything around it can become a top. Now, I'm not going to fully complete the donut over there. I want to start building one over here because for some reason, if I didn't use these 2 residential zones and I just completed the donut over here, then these 2 residential zones would not develop very well at the start. I'm not precisely sure why. I think it has something to do with, if you put a lot of residential zones together or next to each other, they seem to be able to develop more quickly than just putting 1 or 2 next to each other there. Let's see, so this part here with these 2 commercial zones, they are not part of a donut. Not everything is going to be baked into a donut because, well, there's just not enough room to put everything around there like that. But I will be using a lot of donuts around here. Okay, then let's get some industrial zones around here. It might look that I'm just putting things around here randomly, but everything that I've arranged here is very, very precisely figured out. You may want to take a look at my map that I'll link in the video description, but that's just the final framework of the city, not the way that I'm going to start doing that. Like up here, I'm just putting an industrial zone for the sake of it at this point, but eventually I'm going to demolish that and do something else instead. Really, the trick with building the donut build is knowing the order in which to do everything. Okay, then let's see, over here, I think that'll be all of the zones that I need. And then let's get the rails going around, which is also pretty tricky. Okay, we go down just to there. Get all of these connected there. And then, let's see, from here, let's see, let me get this first. Okay, that goes all the way around there. Same thing over here. And then I need to get to the police department. Now, normally, if you look at my map, I would put an industrial zone right here, but I need to connect the left and the right sides of my city since I'm not doing it up there. So I'm just going to leave that industrial zone out for now, but eventually I will get rid of it. I mean, I'll make room for the industrial zone, that is. Okay, then let's see, from here. Oh, right, okay. Okay, then let's see. Okay, that should be 9 tiles wide. Okay, then that's another 9. Whoop, was I supposed to? Oh, yep, I was supposed to do that. I meant to do that. Phew, could have been bad. Then get all the way over here, and I think everything is connected now. So basically, I'm just creating the framework here first, and then I'll fill things out. Like, here's a donut, I'm gonna put another donut here, another one here, and another one there, and then we'll branch out from there. Well, I'm already branching out, but You know what I mean. Okay, then, since I'm gonna get rid of this industrial zone eventually, I'm gonna connect the power plant over there so I don't have to worry about reconnecting it later. And then, let's see, yeah, might as well go over there. And then, let's get these connected. Okay, I think the power is good now. Now, for these commercial zones, since they're not part of a donut, they might have a bit of difficulty developing into a C-top. So what I want to do is, while we got the 4x4 region here, right there, and the left one is the one that I'm concerned about. So let's put some parks over here in the next door 4x4 region, so that way the land value, a little bit of it, would spill over into this one. But otherwise, I think we've got everything set up over there. Actually, hold on. Let's build a stadium over here, so that way we can unlock the zoo gift as soon as possible. But in order to do that, you also have to be developed into a town, so eventually that'll get triggered there. Okay, so let's lower the taxes just a little bit, and then I might as well reduce the fire department funding in advance, so I'm not going to build one for a little while, but I just want to do it now before I forget to do that. And then I think we're good to go. So I am not extraordinarily concerned about how these zones develop right now. Just get something going to become a town, to unlock the first gift that I'm going to use. And I'm going to need 2 gifts in the first year for my city to develop the way I want it to. Okay, so we became a town, so that triggers the zoo gift from the stadium. But it's kind of weird where the game waits 6 months after that point to deliver the zoo to you for some reason. So we'll just have to wait a little while on that. But we should get it before the end of the first year and before any of these residential zones start really developing, like into an R4 zone or something like that. So let's see, I'm going to leave the tax rate at 5% for quite a while until I get most of my zones developed at this point. Although really, I mostly only care about the residential and commercial zones. The industrial zones, they'll develop on their own time, whenever. Okay, so let's see, October or November should be when we get the zoo, our first special income gift. We don't really need the mayor's house gift, like for any value or anything like that. I'm only using it just because it's easy to unlock. Uh-oh, looks like one of my residential zones developed way too quickly. I'm just thinking if I want to demolish that so it can develop into a high-class residential zone, but I don't think so. I think I'll just leave that for now, but eventually I will want to demolish it so that it can redevelop, because right now it's kind of locked in to that level, so yeah, that could be difficult to undo, unless my residential zone demand crashes, which it looks like it's in the process of doing eventually. But yeah, now, like with the stadium and such, with the level checks on your zone types, I'm going to be building those in advance, so that way my zone demand does never crash, since we already know, yeah, it's coming, we'll just deal with that when it happens. Okay, then I need another, well, I don't need another one, but I want to build another police department, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so, yeah, because industrial demand is really bad at this point, the unemployment rate is skyrocketing, but don't worry about that in the first couple of years of your city. It's just the variance of how one zone might develop instead of another. It'll fix itself eventually. Okay, so let's see how crime is doing around here. Okay, not too bad. Might want to have a police department over on the left side there, though. So, let's see, I'll build it right around there. And I think I can just build the road straight up there without a problem. And then, let's see, let's go over here like that. That ought to, yeah, that'll get the job done there. And let's see, okay, so now, let me see what levels we've got on the residential zones. Okay, so we've got 7, 11, let's see, 19, 25. Wow, the residential zones have really developed fast. Good thing I held on to these two. Yeah, usually they don't develop that fast before my gift can take effect. So for now, I'm just going to build a couple more residential zones, and then once I know whether they're going to develop into a school or hospital, then I will demolish these two. And then we can get them developing into a high-class residential zone. So yeah, I need 32 levels of residential zones in order to unlock a school or hospital from the residential zones. So we had 25 plus the 8 residential zones, 33 residential levels we got there. Okay, and then, yeah, just need to extend the rails just a little more so that every zone will have access to transportation. Okay, so we got all that. I think we're good on industrial zones. I intentionally built a lot more of them than I needed at first, so that way it would help out residential and commercial zone demand, though it looks like it didn't do a very good job of that. But that's okay. So now we've completed the donuts, everything's got transportation access. Let's see how these develop. Hey, we got our first hospital there. Okay, so the next donut that I would build is over here. I'm just thinking if I want to put a residential zone, or where I want to put them. I want to build them away from the industrial zones. So let's do that a little bit. So I want to have 12 residential zones right now. Hospitals and schools do not count as residential zones once they do their thing. So yeah, they're no longer there. They can't become like a R-top or anything like that. Wow, residential zone demand is pretty low. Not really sure what's causing it. They seem to be developing just fine anyway. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe if I'm lucky, those R4 upper zones will, regress into like a R3 high or something. But otherwise, things are looking pretty good so far. Looks like we got a couple R-tops in the making there. Very nice. Okay, so, wow, residential demand is still low. I mean, they are developing really well. I'm just thinking if I want to demolish these yet. I think we're okay now. So yeah, why don't we get those out of there? You want to be careful when you're doing that, though, like at the very start if that happens, because if I go below 32 residential levels, the game will check on the hospital if I have enough levels to, to have a hospital, and it'll regress there. But we did get another school out of the deal. Very nice. And in a convenient location. So it's not going to be, like, in the way of other R-tops developing. Although I am concerned about my current R-tops regressing there because the residential demand is so low. Couldn't get these two to regress, though, unfortunately. Yeah, I saw the message for the fire department there. But thanks for the reminder, viewers. I will eventually build a fire department, but it's almost the end of the year. Why bother paying for funding by building one now? Okay, so we got all that going. Now, I would at least like to build another a fire department and a police department. By the way, whenever you see me do this with the X button, that's me doing that. That's not a in-game automatic trigger there. I'm just doing that to get the month and year to update there. It takes the game a moment to do that. Not that there's like any reason to do that. I mean, the game will eventually advance the month and year there. But I just want to get it out of the way. So just a little OCD on my part. Okay, how are we doing now? Okay, much better there. Yeah, you notice the pollution is a lot lower than it was in the previous city there. By the way, the unemployment complaint, it's based on the number of residential levels compared to the total of commercial and industrial levels there. In general, I like to have like about 50% residential zones and 25% commercial and industrial zones to fulfill that, but I prefer to have like a little more commercial and industrial zones because there is some variance to the unemployment problem. So I might do like a 49-51 ratio there. Okay, so let's see, with all that, oh yeah, I need to, well, I don't need to, but I want to build a police department. Let's see what crime we've got going on around here. Okay, so we got some going on down here. I'll probably go for that one. Left side is looking pretty good. The upper side there, eventually I will build a police department up there. Or actually a police headquarters up here. But for now, we'll just leave that alone. But it looks like all my R-tops are developing very nicely. Okay, so, well, actually, let's build some more zones first. And then I'll, well, yeah, let me see what we've got going. Okay, so, I'm thinking if I can spend enough money to get under $2,000 to unlock the bank gift. I think I can do that. Let me see my total number of zones here. Okay, so, got that. I need 4 more residential zones. So let's see, I have about 900 to spend on zones, and then 500 for police departments. So that won't take me under 2,000, but I could build like some rails in advance if I really wanted to. Okay, so let's go complete this donut over here. Get a couple more commercial zones ready to go. And then 3 more industrial zones. Let's see. I could put a couple here if I really wanted. Or I could put a few over here. I think I'll stay up here for now. So let's go 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. That'll be good. Okay, got all those connected. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't build power lines and rails on the same tile. So, yeah, that bothers my OCD, but oh well. Okay, so we got all that. Let's get police department down here. And then I'm going to build some rails over here for other zones. Okay, so like over here, if you're looking at my map, I would have more commercial zones over here eventually, but I need to build some amount of industrial zones. So eventually I will put some commercial zones over here and demolish these old industrial zones, but for now I want to do it this way so I have enough industrial zones for people to work. Okay, let's see, I need 1 more over there so that way we can reach that residential zone. Okay, and then let's see, I'm gonna need some more rails up here. Okay, we get that. Then, yeah, let's just make some parks here or something. Okay, we're under 2,000 now, and we are a city, so with both of those, we should be able to get the bank gift unlocked. There we go. I don't care about borrowing money from the bank. I do not think it is worthwhile if you know how to use your tax leverage, I suppose. All I care about is the land value boost that we get out of the bank. Oh, okay. I didn't think they were gonna do that quickly, but because I had the game paused. Usually messages like that don't happen there. But alright, 3 donuts down, we got a few more to go there. But can we attract 30,000 people to our city with free donuts? Find out next time on Let's Play SimCity. This is H.G. Bailey signing off. Have a good day.